I didn't really have a conventional start to my time supporting Stockport County. I grew up in a Manchester council estate called Wythenshawe, and I was surrounded by Manchester United fans. I went to school there, and I just said, yeah, I'm a United fan. Didn't care, but all my friends were. Then my stepdad introduced me to Manchester City, and he used to take me to Main Road now and again, and I used to love it. I didn't care about who won. I just enjoyed the atmosphere and being at the football and watching the football. But my first trip to Edgeley Park, I just felt a buzz for Stockport County, and it was a buzz that I had never felt at any football match I had been to before. And I suppose like that day, it was my love affair with Stockport County started, and they did lose that day as well. And I know a lot of fans, a lot of teams, they have roller coasters, but not many people will go through what we've been through as a club. And I'm not saying that everybody's roller coaster isn't important, because every club has got their own. But from following my club to the highs of like what's now the Championship, to the lows of regional football in the Conference North, it's been a hell of a ride. We were last a League One club in the 2009-10 season. And I suppose it's only a fraction of our time since then that I will talk about, because we did enter administration the following season after our relegation, and we dropped to League Two the season after. And it was a further drop then, taking us out of the English Football League for the first time in our history. We stayed in the National League for one season before we had a abysmal season, and we dropped to regional football in the National League North. In the National League North, and it's no disrespect to any of the teams there, but we took on teams in villages that we'd never heard of before, like North Ferriby and Brackley. And we played a team called Vauxhall Motors, who were a factory team, and we got beat away on a Tuesday night by them. And for me personally, that was my low point as a fan. So in 2013-14 season, we did drop to part-time, and we witnessed players from opposition teams coming and taking selfies in front of the Cheadle end, almost like you'd expect like lower league players to do when they get an FA Cup draw at like Old Trafford or something like that. It was bizarre. And we had weekly chants of "You're not famous anymore." And then we kind of just played a bit and just were mid-table really. But in 2016-17 season, we missed out on the playoffs the final day of the season. And then 2017-18, we were knocked out of the playoffs by Chorley. And 2018-19 is really where our story begins in terms of us getting on that road back, and we secured promotion, winning the league on the final day of the season away at Nuneaton. We had a great day out and had all four stands. They had about 80 fans and put a segregation in so that we could basically enjoy our day out. That season, we did think we'd blown it because we lost Chorley in the title race only 3 games before the end of the season. But in the second from last game, Spennymoor and Super Glenn Taylor and Super Matt Gold, they beat Chorley, and we beat Curzon 3-0. And it was one of the most bizarre atmospheres at our ground when we found out Chorley were losing in the final minutes. But yeah, we went up. So 2019-20, we were in the National League. We were in 7th place, doing really well. And then football was paused because of COVID. And because of points per game, Barnet took over our place in the playoffs with a game in hand. So that's fine. January 2020, we were bought by a local businessman called Mark Stott. And there's really where the progression starts, because we've got a man who's from our town and wants to put our club on the map for the right reasons. There's so many bad owners in football, and we really, really have hit the jackpot with him. He's such a good owner. I'm nearly done. Sorry, I'm taking so long.
No, don't be sorry.
But I suppose obviously 2020 and 2021 was a COVID-ravaged season that only started in October. We had a huge FA Cup game against West Ham. in an empty stadium. We had Jim Gannon suddenly sacked. We were 5th in the league. Everyone was shocked. And it was a culture sacking. So it was nothing to do with the football. We were knocked out of the playoffs after signing Simon Rusk as our manager, who was Brighton's youth coach. Dave Challoner's Hartlepool beat us in the playoffs, and they obviously went on to secure promotion. 2021-22 season, obviously, were the favourites to go up, but we had an absolutely shocking start to the season under Simon Rusk, and he was sacked in October. And then we've got a massive coup and managed to get Dave Challoner, who had just signed a 3-year contract. We managed to buy him out of his contract with Hartlepool, and the rest they say is history, because after he came in, we went on a run and won 20 out of 21 games, which saw us absolutely fly to the top of the league, and we won promotion, ending our 11-year spell in non-league football. So obviously last year, everyone knows about it. We got beat in the playoff final by Carlisle, but it also made it our 10th season in a row of finishing better than we did the season before.
Love that.
So obviously we had a bad start this season. We've won 13 games in a row to get us going. We've had blips since then, but we can honestly say that our team give 100%. We've had injuries, we've had setbacks, and the club just continues to grow. Now, I suppose one player that I do want to call out and say it kind of epitomises the journey that we've been on is our goalkeeper, Ben Hinchliffe. So we signed him in 2016 from Fylde. He was a part-time footballer. We were part-time at the time, and he was a lorry driver. He had to miss some of our matches because of his day job. Like, he couldn't play for us every week. However, he has progressed and he has come on the journey with us. He has continued to get better and better and better. Everything is just looking good for our club. And the fact that we can now continue that, knowing that we have got one hell of an owner. We're going to go to League One. We're going to play these teams that we've dreamed of playing, that we never thought we'd play again when we were at the depths of the National League North. And it can happen. And you know what? When it does happen, oh my God, everyone's going to enjoy it, but the fans that have stuck with us through those bad times are going to enjoy it that bit more, because football is just football, innit? I'm not going to say that all of that non-league journey was bad. I met my husband in the National League North going to an away match at a train station. I've met my best friend through the club, and there's just, it's a massive part of people's lives. For us to be on a great journey and to be getting promoted, it's just so special. And I hope you
Stop, I'm crying. It gives me hope as well, though.
I was going to say, I hope you can all take hope from it, and I hope everyone gets to have a special owner like we've got, because he really is a special man, and he's doing things the right way. Uncle Nick will say that, because I know he's looked at it, but he's just doing the right things, and everyone deserves an owner like Mark Stock. So thank you, Mark Stock, for everything that you've given us.
I think everything you said there, Claire,
that was brilliant,
is what makes lower league football 1,000 times more special than the teams at the top end of the Premier League, because their fans, not all of them to be fair, but a lot of their fans are so entitled and expect their team to win something every season. And whereas all of us who have supported teams that have had terrible owners, terrible seasons, been on the cusp of going out of business, and when you get the good times, it makes it so much better. And obviously
exactly.
You're enjoying it, all your fans are enjoying it, and I hope you have I know you will have an absolutely brilliant day on Saturday, and the atmosphere is going to be great. I'll think of you when I'm in hospitality, tucking into my pre-match meal. So, so I'm going to enjoy my Saturday, but you'll enjoy yours 1,000 times more.
Yeah,
and good luck to you and all your fans. So well
6
done.
points to win the league as well, which out of 4 games. So
Yeah,
hopefully we can do it as champions.
Yeah, that'd be great. Good stuff.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
Some really lovely comments.
I couldn't look at it while I was reading it out, so I was trying to not cry. Didn't work very well.
Chris has put as well, hopefully Dale can follow suit with the Ogden family taking over our club. I really hope
I get it, because when we went in admin, honestly, we had really bad owners. We had a rugby club and the owner bought the club literally for the ground, and he didn't care about us. And I know what it's like to have a really bad owner. So just things can get better. Things can get better. Get knocking on Tyson Fury's door and get him to become Morecambe's owner, Jen.